Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are the Yeet and No Yeet, the yes and no of wrestling podcasts. I'm your host, Joe, and my co-host with me again, as always, Darnell.
Hello, I'm probably going to disappear at some point to go grab another pineapple Fresca. Not Fresca, fuck Fresca. Fanta. Jesus Christ.
I'm also probably going to disappear at some point to go make 6 p.m. coffee.
What the fuck's your problem?
I like coffee.
6 p.m.?
Yeah. Well, it's 5 p.m. now, but, you know.
Whose man's is this?
Dude, fucking me and Ian are big on 6 p.m. coffee. I feel good. Feel like I had a small coffee around 6 p.m.
Now that's gonna put my ass to sleep.
Really? Oh wow, no.
Yeah, coffee does not do it for me anymore.
It doesn't really do anything for me necessarily, like waking me up or anything like that. Or I just like it. Just a thing. Like I plan to drink a little bit tonight. Like I have 3 tall boys, and I don't want to drink any more than that. So it's best if I ease out through the rest of the night drinking other things. But also 3 cups of coffee is apparently good for your heart. You know how those things go.
I don't believe anything they say about anything anymore because it's either what you just said is, oh, it's good for your heart, then the other thing is cancer. And you're like, but how did we fucking get here? Damn, you just said it was okay for me to do this.
Yeah, it's one of the best videos on the internet is that guy being like, here's me Googling, is drinking coffee good for you? And he's like, here's a bunch of articles saying yes. And then is drinking coffee bad for you? Here's a bunch of articles saying absolutely not, it is not good for you.
Yeah, people suck.
Yeah.
Information sucks, actually.
So a big thing about when people talk about what works for them for working out and losing weight, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear what works for you, my friend. It's all good. I trust you. I believe you. I'm sure it does work.
Everyone's different.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can do the meat eater shit or whatever it's called, carnivore diet. Other people, it kills them. Some people can be vegan, but other people, it fucking kills them.
Yeah. You had eggs on December 2nd. Eggs are vegan?
Milk and eggs, bitch.
Fucking
I was for gelato.
Fucking. I wish I had some other skill in life besides autistically being like, you had eggs on December 2nd. Fuck. All right. Anyway, you know what else is different? The New Day. They're different now. Let's start by talking about Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start talking about Raw with some big things have happened this week in wrestling. This has been one of the biggest weeks in wrestling for this past 2 months. It's been crazy. And Monday Night Raw, one of the biggest things is the New Day finally breakups. Big E comes back to break up.
And he came back to join, manage, be that guy. And then they were like, now, really?
It's great heat. It is such good heat because it makes you as a person go, come on, he had a broken neck. Stone Cold had a broken neck. Kurt Angle had a broken neck. And you're like,
he won an Olympic gold medal.
I'm like, I know you are not doing this right now.
Neck. When they started doing that, I was just like, you know what? I got to agree with both parties, but mostly with Kofi and Xavier because dead ass, bro. You could have came back in a manager position this entire time, but nah, you're doing broadcasts and stuff.
Right. Oh yeah, they hit me good when they got me good when they go, and you chose your new girlfriend over. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, they got you there. You're out there taking JCPenney photos with her. You could be in here managing. You motherfucker.
The great thing about that is the fact that she was going off on Twitter.
I saw
on everybody. It didn't matter who was saying what. She was just popping off on everybody.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is great because she's not in the company, so they can't be like, you can't do that.
I do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
I don't know if it was her or if it was just a random tweet, but it's the viral one that's going around in response to Xavier being like, no, I get it. I'd be mad as fuck too if my biggest accomplishment in my 10-year career was winning a Burger King hat. And I was like,
no, that was her.
That was her? I mean, that was her. Hearing that and then seeing that, I'm like, that's got to be her then. Yeah, that was me. That was good.
Yeah, no gloves were on. That was straight bare knuckle, hands and feet.
Damn. And I like how the articles do him dirty because they have pictures of him looking so happy with the King of the Ring crown. Like, no, man, no, yeah, great breakup. What a way to tell a story. Reports are saying that it was supposed to be like Odyssey Jones was supposed to join the group, and then Big E was supposed to come back and be upset about it. And I think it worked out better this way.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah. Nobody knows where this is going to go from here, but reports are saying that Big E's might manage somebody else, or I don't know. They say that they're going to do something that involves him with other people that will in turn make the New Day upset and give them somebody to fuck with, because although this heel turn might seem great, I don't think they're getting no titles because of it.
I feel like they should.
They should.
It's turning over a new leaf.
Yeah.
And they're finally done with the bullshit.
Right.
Because clearly that worked for DIY on Friday with them getting the fucking belts. And even that threw me off, because at first I was like, oh damn, like bro's really about to try to solo his fucking what do you call it, his role models.
Right.
And then as soon as he hit the low blow, I was like, oh, that's not what's about to happen here.
Yeah. Yeah. Same energy. And I think it's a lot of like, I talked about this months ago, where we were saying like that the problem with one of the problems they had with the tag team division was there was too many baby faces. You had a bunch of baby face teams, and it turned out perfect. You turned DIY heel, you turn a New Day heel. The two teams you thought would never turn heel, boom, easy money. And yeah, I think that does say something for a New Day, that they should get a title run, because then you can get it off of fucking Finn and JD. And then War Raiders and New Day can go at it like crazy.
New Day, and then you can have whichever you pick from the Y6.
Yeah.
American Made might be moving to SmackDown, which means a tag team from SmackDown is probably gonna go over to Raw.
Yeah.
Or they're just gonna make a new team. One of the two.
Yeah.
Either way, honestly, I feel a lot better with shit going on now than I did last year, because at the end of last year with wrestling, I was just like, okay,
yeah,
whatever, stuff's going on. Like, I had zero reaction to anything. I didn't care.
Yeah, this is big moves all in 1 week. Big moves. Yeah, that was great. And then, again, just a banger episode. It's one of those things where I actually really hope they don't go back to 3 hours, because they're figuring it out. They've already figured it out on SmackDown for a long time. 2 hours, they're figuring it the fuck out.
Nah, honestly, with going back to 3 hours, that first half hour we had on Raw and SmackDown commercial free, that's gonna turn into an hour. So that means even more like good dialogue going on, or even better wrestling matches too, because then they can go on a little bit longer than they would usually be. Yeah,
you're right.
But the 2 hour thing, they do it. The 2 hours that they had this week on both shows was just like, damn, they fucking utilized it.
Yeah, you wrote some bangers this week. The CM Punk Seth Rollins thing, it's just gonna push money. The montage, nothing helps it better than the online community with people making the montage of fucking every time Seth has come out when CM Punk is talking. Mans hates him so much.
It's so bad to the point where some people were like, does he actually hate him in real life, or is this just the work? And I was like, it's both.
It's both, yeah.
He doesn't really like him, so him coming out is just like, dude, get the fuck out of here. No one asked you to be out here. Shut up.
Yeah. It made the most sense, obviously, because we've been waiting for this feud, but to see how a feud worked with CM Punk and Drew, who had real life heat, but obviously professional enough to put it aside to make double heat, real life and in work heat. Him and Seth are going to be, and you could arguably say that Seth is probably a little bit better than Drew on the mic. So that's going to be even better.
Yeah. Speaking of Drew, him finally coming back.
I have this 3-sentence chunk that says the CM Punk Seth Rollins heat was crazy. Seth's heat in general is insane right now. Him going against Sammy, and Drew returning is just the pin in the coffin of Monday night to be like, wow, what a great show. This could not get any better. Drew, he's like, you thought the black hoodie was gone? You thought I was done with the black hoodie? Crazy.
And black hoodies for everybody at this damn point.
I hadn't seen it in a while. I hadn't seen it.
I mean, the last person who did it was Jimmy when he came back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But as soon as he hit the Claymore, because at first I didn't know who the fuck was standing behind him. Like, who could be coming back? And I kind of forgot about Drew because I figured he'd still be out.
Right.
But then I saw some posts saying that since what's his name, Bronson Reed snapped his ankle.
Yeah, correct.
It made sense for Drew to come back in now because now they don't really have to force his return. It's just like, oh, here you go, have fun.
Right. Yeah, it all makes it's so crazy how like good they are like moving these pieces when things are falling out. Like it's just seamless. You're just like, yeah, that seems fine. That'll work. Before the last big talking point I have on Raw, the second to last talking point I have is Rio. There you go. RHEA saves Io in the tag team match with Liv and Raquel. Just solidifying more that I think when we talked about, I think you brought it up that it seems extremely likely that Liv and Io, when they have their match, Raquel's out there, they start interfering, and then RHEA helps Io win the title.
That could happen. I would hope that there's no interference besides just Tiffany doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems likely just in the sense of like we talked about before that I feel like if we're feeling it, the communities, at least a majority or some part of the community is probably feeling it, that they don't need the title anymore. And at this point, although Liv's doing great with the title, we don't need her with the title. We can get just Liv and RHEA for the next 6 months doing shit against each other, and Raquel eventually turning into the triple threat, eventually turning it into a bunch of these things. We don't need the title anymore. Give it to Io. Let her do her thing. Actually, let her do her thing with the title. Really cool.
Yeah, I doubt RHEA would come out and interfere at main event. Thinking that she said it doesn't matter who has the belt, even if it's you, I'm taking it from you.
Word. Yeah.
So she's probably gonna just at least stay out of it.
And then it's Tiffy time.
Which would be good. Yeah. That's probably what's gonna end up happening because there's just too many of these quote unquote close call fucking cash-ins with Tiffany, and then having Nia there too at the same time, and her constantly like, no, I'm not cashing in on you.
Yeah.
Just kind of here, just cause a little stir up.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, yeah, it's either you have to have her cash in and fail or cash in. Just cash in. She's got to get rid of that thing so she can do other stuff.
No, but it would be better for her to do it on main event because then that'll be an easier way to move her over to Raw.
Yeah,
because then she's the champ. She can't be the Raw champion, but staying on SmackDown.
Yeah,
looking weird.
And I think that it would make a lot of sense for because they're doing this whole investigation of who attacked Jade, who took Jade out. Probably make a lot of sense to at the end of it, just be like, it was Nia. Nia did it, and then Jade comes back and goes against Nia for the title, and it'd be a lot better with Jade having the title. Be a lot better with Jade.
Nah.
No.
Who deserves the belt right now is Nia.
Think so?
Just let her just keep bulldozing people.
I mean, bulldozing's a loose term recently, but yeah, just past few weeks she's been hit or miss. Past few weeks, and that's coming from people who very much accept Nia. Past few weeks have been iffy, but if I'm being for real, who deserves it right now is Bianca. Bianca deserves it, like for real. She's there every week. She's doing crazy matches every week, doing the crowd, does all this shit. She's a woman of the people.
No, that's still not enough. Nope. She has to do more. She doesn't deserve it just because her tag team partners are blah, 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 blah. And there's those people out there.
Hold on. Hear me out. Heel turn. Oh, give her the title.
I mean, it's heading that way from how she's been dealing with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Smoke first, questions later.
And that's pretty much exactly what she did with Piper and Chelsea.
Yeah, for sure.
She just started fighting and then got her ass beat.
Stupid. Yeah, last thing I want to talk about was the Dom Gunther Finn program, like the whole spots they had on Monday. What are you so arrogant for? Oh, I think I know. Unlike you, Finn, Dom actually has scored a win over Damian Priest. Oh. And I think you deserve something for that. And shouts out that, man. What a great match between them. Dom can put on a good match with anybody.
Yeah, when he has to. And he's not running around and running away from people.
When he doesn't have to play character, right, yeah. When he actually gets to show off the wrestling. Except for when he does that fucking 619, man. God damn it.
He'll find something else eventually.
Eventually. I'd rather watch Tonga Loa do the goddamn thing. I'd rather see him get caught up in those ropes and laugh a little bit than see Dom and just go, that's just something weird. It's just weird. Yeah, incredible. I put it in here. We had the script. If you watched our last week's episode, we had the script. We knew exactly what the fuck was going to happen. Darnell called Pete Dunne, Butch versus R-Truth, which was crazy. And I called Finn getting into this program with Gunther. And a Finn and Gunther program is going to be great. It's going to be real great. Some really great matches. But you're not going to win, Finn. Sorry, bud.
Nah, hopefully for Finn, they lose the belts. He gets pissy because maybe nobody was out there to help him or something. They help him and JD, and then they get him. He gets into it with the rest of Judgment Day. Obviously, they all argue, and maybe they collectively like, bro, you gotta go. Like you're the one. We all said there's no leaders and shit, but ever since Damian and RHEA left, you're the one always barking orders at people for no reason. And then he's out, and then I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious he's gonna get a singles run because bro already got his own merch out again.
Yeah, right.
Like that's a big like tell of like, hey, he's getting a single push, and it's like thank God because he did not need to be in this group anymore.
No,
like he kind of did his thing when. Like after Damian left, like that's probably when the Damian area. That's probably when they should have been like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go do my own thing now." But then they were like, "Nope, tag team titles with JD," and it's just like
the new Judgment Day.
Y'all ain't doing nothing though.
It's weird. Yeah, I see Liv. I see them just imploding, but in that same way, just like. Yeah, just Finn keep freaking out, calling out demands. Dom being like, I don't know, and then Liv being like, you know what? You're not gonna talk to Dom that way. You're not gonna talk to Daddy Dom that way. And me and Raquel's here with me, so we're out of here. And then JD's gonna be like, guys, come on. And then Carlito's gonna be like, that's not cool. And then he's gonna leave, and then they're gonna be like, I guess the Judgment Day is a tag team now. And then they're gonna lose, and they're gonna be like, no, because then Finn's gonna fucking blow up on JD and be like, that was your fucking fault, bro. And then JD's gonna be like, dude, you're crazy. And then Finn's gonna fucking what's it called? God damn it. Sling Blade. Yeah, Sling Blade. Coup de grace. Done.
I think what's gonna end up happening, because we're so close to the Netflix shit, is that they do need a faction. And since they do want Roman Reigns, that they're gonna take out Judgment Day. They split them all up, and they're gonna end up moving the Bloodline like as a whole to Raw.
Right. Yeah.
So that's probably what's gonna happen because they don't want too many factions on one show.
Can't have too many factions on one show. Then it just becomes a faction show.
Yeah, which it kind of does that already.
Yeah, came pretty close at some point.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. And then Netflix get their Roman Reigns money. Hopefully they can figure out their infrastructure to not have what happened with that circus fight they had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really care that much. It's like, do what you got to do as long as it's entertaining.
And that actually brings me to my next point, because before we move on to the rest of the show, you know, they have done reports where I guess was it Nick Khan and Paul were at some Netflix of Discovery thing, and they were asked about the product and switching over to TV 14, And it's a little questionable. And also, I don't know that I care as much anymore because they're not TV14 now. And they're like doing great. And I mean, Jaida Parker just screamed the N-word on TV last week. And
can't confirm or deny that she said something.
I'm pretty sure we could go, but
y'all want that, but she didn't. She didn't Booker T it.
She didn't Booker
T.
T
You clearly
yeah,
hear him say "nigga."
Yeah.
With her, she said, "Nick, you know, you hear me," and it's just like,
yeah. I think she combined her sentence, and it ended up sounding too much. Like she definitely dropped it, but the next syllable in her sentence was like, it just finished the word, and we're like, oh.
Nah, I got 5 shekels and she didn't say it. I got 5 whole shekels.
All right, we're gonna have to play it back super slow mo. We don't have that technology. Yeah, but they have said that the product will not change over to TV14 for Netflix. And I think that the only thing I care about that people should care about is that apparently the censorship will stay in. So we will still be hearing censored holy shits. And I'm like, well, I think they need to realize that I don't give a fuck if you're not going to say fuck or I don't want you to have sex in the ring. I just want to not have to hear censors every time the crowd of thousands of people who paid money to be in your ring are being now censored in my headphones because they're saying shit, which all your wrestlers are allowed to say without censorship. So I don't get it. But I don't know. Should we care? Should we care that they're what they're doing, or do you think maybe they're swaying us? They're like, no, it's gonna be for kids.
They're gonna it's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah.
They're just what do you call that shit? PR people are out. That's
right.
who they put a PR statement out.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like that too. It felt like that. Cause yeah, I think there's the thought process of people like me and you or like how I'm talking about right now. We're like, well, I'm just worried about these logical things. And the other side of people who are also mad where they're like, we want the Attitude Era. And it's like, all right, well, we're not going to have that. That's not happening. So just relax. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people are necessarily wanting or thinking from that, but I think it's going to be great no matter what. Just don't censor the crowd. Unless they're saying, fuck you. That makes sense.
Yeah. To me at this point, I feel like, especially with kids, because that's who they're usually fucking projecting to the most. They have unlimited access to the internet. They've seen horrible things.
Yeah.
They've heard horrible things. Like, yeah, sure, it's not. There's still gonna be that 1% who hasn't. But it's like, bro, come on, just let it go. It's okay. Like, censor yourself a little bit. And we don't need to have Edge and Lita in the ring again.
Right.
With the bed. Like you said. Like, we don't need any of that shit going on anymore. We don't need bra and panty matches and shit. Nope. And all the other shit Vince fucking came up with.
Right.
We could just be chilling. Let a couple shits. Maybe. Hey, pull a PG-13. You get one fuck. You get one fuck. You get one fuck a year on each show. That's it.
There you go.
That's the rule. That's it.
That's fine.
Everything else is pretty flyby. You can just say whatever you want.
Right. Yeah. Like,
just make sure the fuck is used in a very great way.
Oh, it'll be the we'll all be counting it. So it'll be like, oh, that's the one for the year. Oh shit, they said it. Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Like I said, the product's already been great right now. So if Netflix wasn't happening and the product was just moving on as it was right now, I wouldn't even be thinking about it. I'd be like, yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. It's just because everybody thinks Netflix, so now we're gonna have sex, and it's like, no. We're gonna have
people who think that is just like, why are you thinking of fucking first, bro?
For real, bro. Gay. Anyway, I'd like to talk about NXT, but we'll talk a little bit about Deadline instead. Just want to point out from NXT that GiGi Dollin returns, which is awesome. That's great. I feel bad for the woman she went up against because every time I see that woman, I'm like, I forget she's here. I forget she's in NXT. And apparently she had like a demon run at some point. And I'm like, well, she comes out every once in a while now to put over talent that returns or is new. And it is rough. And I feel so bad for that. on the flip side, I always hear like, don't feel bad for those wrestlers. They're getting TV time. They're getting whatever. They're probably happy making money. I'm like, for sure. But damn, I wish I could remember that lady's name.
I feel like eventually she's in like in a Shinsuke predicament. Same thing that happened with him. Fucking a year or two of just straight bullshit. And then they're going to be like, all right, cool. Now we're going to push you. Thanks for your help.
Yep.
Thank you for, taking that right on the chin, bro. Because not a lot of people would do that.
Right. That's what they're there for. And then the other thing I wanted to point out about NXT before we move on to SmackDown was the Eric Bischoff came back this week to do a segment, and when he came out, I was happy.
No pop.
No pop. I popped. I when I started watching in that 2005 SummerSlam era, that's the program with Bischoff, Jericho, and Cena. And Jericho was like Bischoff was like prominent manager on Raw at the time. So I loved Bischoff. Not in like I didn't think he was like the greatest thing in the world, but I had a great time as a kid watching him be the manager. I thought he was a great heel. And, he's done a lot of great things in his career. Also done a lot of bad things in his career. When that song came on, it said, "I'm back." I said, "Oh shit. That's right. And I'm better than ever." I was with it. And then he got to the ring and I was like, that's it. That's it. That's it for me. Everything else he's doing, I fucking hate right now. This sucks.
Yeah, I've never liked that dude. Even back when he was general manager on, I think he was on Raw. I think he was on both shows at some point.
He did both shows, but he was on Raw mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I just never liked the dude. I was just like, bro, get the fuck out of here.
Fair enough.
Whenever you show up, there's nothing good happening for anybody. Just get out.
It really he also painted clearly as favoritism for Ridge, because he just painted Ridge in this like amazing wrestling comparison and like in an actual wrestling sense. And then he was like, Trick Williams, you've got it all. The flair, the style, the charisma. And I'm like, you're saying generic wrestling things. Like you're saying generic wrestling good guy stuff. With Ridge, he was go ahead.
All he had to say to finish off with Trick is say he's a class act. That's what I'm like, oh. That's where we're going with that. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You fuck.
Yep. Damn, I forgot who he compared Ridge to. He compared him to some like legendary heel too, and I was like, wow, I can't believe you just gave him those credentials. That's insane.
Can't believe you've done this.
Eric Bischoff, I can't believe you've done this. Oh shit. Yeah, that was bad. But anyway, the show that stole the shows this week was SmackDown. Blown away by the entire episode of SmackDown, beginning to end. Crazy. Show starts off. They're doing all their opening stuff. Apollo Crews is coming in. Hey, thanks for showing me in. Yeah, security right through here. Hey, Solo, you don't see me come? God, Jacob Fatu, high fucking super kick. Ah! I'm like, oh my.
In the shiesty. Again.
Why?
They put that man in the shiesty.
Why they do Apollo Crews like that?
Hey, they gotta have somebody. They gotta have bodies.
Like we just said, somebody's gotta do it. Apollo Crews was like, I'll do it. Damn.
Raise my hand in tribute.
This eats a Jacob Fatu super kick on the open of the show. Sets the tone for the show that night. Incredible.
Like I for surely thought they were gonna have a match that night after that happened, and then they just didn't do it.
Nope.
I was just like, oh,
fuck
okay.
No. Fuck out my way. Fuck out my way, bitch boys. Yeah, they open up, they start talking about the brand split. Or not the brand split, but the brand open trade window. So we talked about a little bit earlier. Dom Cena in the little back scene spot, talking to Nick Aldis going into the office. I'm like, okay, all right, that's interesting. Probably gonna help with that big Judgment Day split up. And then, oh wow, what if Liv uses that to get away from Rhea? Now you can't get me.
I mean, it's gonna be unfortunate because she's still gonna have to just deal with Nyla.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Again.
Oh, shot. Yeah. And then the promo segment between Chad and Cody, great. It was one of those moments where I had to pause and bro out to Reese and be like, you don't understand. Like when Cody calls him Shorty G, I was like, you piece of shit. You absolute fuck of a person. You don't do that. We don't, and I had to explain, like, that's hard. When you're if you're somebody who's watching our show right now who doesn't know so much about deep kayfabe, that's a bad guy move. You don't do that to guys who were buried with a character and, you know, made their way out. It doesn't matter if they made their way out. So you don't do that. And he brings up Shorty G, and I'm like, wow, this is no good. But then Cody goes, and what was I? Stardust. I'm like, that's right. That's why he can do it. Because he's like, I don't give a fuck what your character was. I was fucking Stardust, motherfucker.
You know that guy, R-Truth? Yeah, 40 times.
40 times.
40 times.
40 times.
Looking at the goddamn lights.
While he gets up and dances. People over there, what's up? Yeah. I can call you Shorty G. And it did scare me for a second because the crowd, man, the crowd can take things too far sometimes. When they started chanting Shorty G, I was like, no, this is not a Butch situation. You will not call him Shorty G.
Oh, it is. It's already too late.
God damn it.
I'm going to personally buy tickets to the next live show just so I can call him Shorty G.
Start the
and
chant.
I'm going to record it, and then I'm going to send it to you and be like, I did that. I did that.
Motherfuckers. You motherfucker. Undertaker's rolling. He's mad right now. He's rolling in his podcast right now. How dare you motherfuckers do this? But incredible. Chad Gable, top of the game. And the match that followed between the two of them just showed, I mean, that's money between Cody and Chad. That's great.
Bro, I was so sad. I was so high. I fell asleep within the last 10 minutes of the fucking show.
No.
Bro, I literally watched Cody walk out, and I only was asleep for 9 minutes. I literally woke up when the show ended, and I was just like, damn. I fucked up. I missed it.
Perfect sleep timing. Horrible sleep timing, I should say.
Like, Jesus.
But yeah,
So bad.
I don't know what they're going to do with them per se. I don't know if this is just like a one-off thing or whatever, but it'd be great to see more of Chad versus Cody.
Be good for what's his name? Fuck. What are those brothers? The Creed brothers, for them to do more shit too.
Yeah. And it'll help Cody's Super Cody syndrome that he's building, you know. He's gonna just fight off these three guys all by himself. If he gets into a program with them, there's nobody who's gonna help him. He can't go around asking for help at this point. And if he does, it'll help further the heel turn because everybody's gonna be like, I have nothing to do with those guys. They're gonna be like, I have nothing to do with them. Why would I help you?
Not even that. Just I don't want to help you. You fucking got Kevin going crazy.
Yeah.
He hurt Randy. Randy's out now. The fucking Bloodline, they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
So they can't help. Roman can't help you. Jimmy can't. Jay, none of them. You're done. You're on your own, bro.
Cooked.
And then that's when Ted DiBiase comes out. They got that man fresh out of jail, made him lose some weight, put him in the ring again. There you go. No, I'm playing.
That would be.
But if that happens, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. That would be
clearly my mic is tapped, and they watch the show. So
that ever even becomes like an inkling of like a thing that could happen, I'd be like, "What did you do? Look what you've done! Look what you've done." Ted DiBiase. That would be some Vince McMahon ass shit to do.
I mean, honestly, it would be dope because then bro gets his second chance, and he's already natural heat outside of wrestling. Motherfuckers do not like him.
Yeah. So
it's just like, cool. Everybody hates you, and great way to stay in shape.
Great way to stay in shape. Great way to stay in shape. Speaking of the Bloodline a little bit, the LA Knight Shinsuke little LA Knight coming out doing his I'm gonna get my rematch thing. Great. Obviously, it's one of those like, yeah, obviously he can sit there and talk to a fucking brick wall about wanting a rematch, and I'll buy it. Like, that's fine. What preceded, which was better, which is the Bloodline dropping LA Knight, dropping his dumbass.
You forgot Andrade.
Oh, Andrade. That's right.
He came out too. Then they got fucked on.
They got poor Andrade. He didn't even get to say anything because LA Knight was like, listen here, bud. I know you got something to say. I don't want to hear it. And then they got dropped. But, and I'm not thinking about it because I'm just immediately, it's printed right here at the front of my fucking forehead. Shinsuke dropping the mist, the black mist ooze, letting them know, like, let's go. Y'all want to do it? Y'all want to try? And I'm like, and then Solo being like,
we got nothing to do with him.
Nah, he's fine. Let's let him be. And I'm like, yeah. Shinsuke's like, I got a lot in here. I'm oozing out a fuck ton of black mist right now. I popped 3 capsules in this bitch. Incredible. Shinsuke, since he's been back, has said, I mean, not on promo, like not on like record promo. He has said 0 words since he's been back. All right, yeah. Last 2 things was the KO Cole Carr interview. I agree with RHEA on this one. They're like, maybe WWE doesn't need to stretch this far for ideas. Like, we didn't need that. We didn't need them. We didn't need Cole being like, I guess I got to go out to this guy's car. I gotta go out to this guy's car to do this interview.
But it's funny.
I guess. The end part was comical. The end part, he busted. You could hear he popped the whole crowd with that shit. Hey, Cole. Rolling up the window on his ass. Get out of my rental vehicle. Get out.
Let Kevin be Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's great.
Nothing will go wrong.
Kevin's great. And this whole character for him is incredible. And side note to that, Chad Gable being like, and you heard a good friend like Kevin Owens. I'm like, that's got to be the worst kayfabe stance to take in the entire goddamn world.
That's the thing about this whole thing with Kevin and Cody, is that Kevin has a legitimate reason to crash out the way he's doing right now. It's not just for, oh, fuck it, that was my friend. It's like, bro, you teamed up with the one nigga who you shouldn't have teamed up with.
Yeah.
After you said on top of that, I don't want anything to do with the bloodline anymore, just to come out 30 minutes later to sign a fucking contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, nah, fuck you, bro.
I get that, Kevin. I get that. Putting Randy Orton on his head, though? It's too far, Kevin.
He landed on his hands. He's on vacation with his family right now. They're just cooling. That was like the worst fucking sell for a goddamn pile driver that they've ever made.
I mean, Randy popped into the air afterwards a little bit.
Bro, his hands were like this.
Yeah.
That bro was fine.
Yeah.
He there was nothing to be taken.
As I would want him to be. I would want him.
The only thing he took was Kevin's sit down air when he hit the ground. That's it. Yeah. He might have smelled some butt.
Pile drive to perfection.
That was about it.
Pile drive to perfection, some would say. No injury? Sounds like a perfect pile driver to me.
He's perfectly fine. But this also sets up Randy and Cody for the future, because it's like, bitch, this motherfucker almost broke my neck.
Yeah.
Because I was protecting you still.
Yeah.
And I don't get a title match? Fuck you. Now I'm coming for your head.
Code man, you can't do me this one favor? All right. No, I think I hear what you're saying. You don't think... Oh, bro, I lost it.
Bro's just going to go ham.
He's going to lose it. He's going to snap. Everybody's going to snap. Everybody's going to fucking crash out on SmackDown.
Everybody go night-night, nigga. This is about to happen.
You know, and I was going to say, everybody go night-night like the Motor City Machine Guns. But actually, high-key, low-key, who went night-night? The Street Profits. They found a whole new way to shaft the Street Profits. I was like, wow. Wow.
They just said, fuck it as a whole.
I was sitting there like, I don't know why. I don't know why I keep letting this happen to me. I was like, you know what? They're having a title match tonight. Huh, I know they've been going at it, you know, and I know Motor City Machine Gun, they've been pretty active since they got here, but I mean, Saturday Night Main Event's coming up. They're either going to lose and go get it at main event, or they're going to get it tonight. This is it. We're finally going to get it. It's happening. The Street Profits have been jumped backstage, and I was like, I'm going to turn off the show. I am mad now.
Yeah, you set yourself up for failure too much, bro. You got to come in with zero expectation. Just don't expect anything to ever happen. Just be like, whatever happens, happens, bro. That's it. I can't do anything about it. It's happening. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Regardless, it's fucking crazy. It's insane. Like, this has to be, and it has to be a slow build, the slowest builds of slow builds of all time, for either the Street Profits to break up so Montez can finally get the singles push, or for them to get the tag team titles. I swear to fucking God. Triple H, I swear to God. Paul, I swear to God.
I feel like they need to go to Raw and just say kind of fuck it, because the only good tag teams you would honestly have over on Raw would be War Raiders or Viking Raiders, whatever the fuck they're called now.
War Raiders, yeah.
War Raiders, okay, yeah. War Raiders, maybe LWO if they could not if they could just stay healthy and not fuck something up. And then you got if they decide to do shit with the Wyatt Six, then you still have those two big dudes that go with carrying all the time. You got them.
Yeah. Hey,
like
okay.
they do have tag teams. They just don't fucking do anything with them. And then the shit they don't do with Carrion and his crew is just, it's starting to be a little weird.
Yeah.
Because it's just like they're there, but we don't ever fucking see any of them. And they don't even have to do those two big dudes that are with Carrion in the group. It could be Carrion and Miz as a tag team.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, because like it's obviously they're gonna have their 5v5, like Wyatt Six versus what is the New Testament or whatever the fuck
New
it's
Testament,
called.
and then they have the Authors of Pain in the New Testament. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Authors of no. Okay. Yeah. The group is New Testament, and Authors of Pain. I think
they're the Final Testament, actually, right?
Whatever the fuck.
They're a testament. All right. Goddamn.
Yeah. They're gonna Wait. Okay. He got 4 Misties. It's unfortunate.
Damn.
But yeah, they're obviously gonna do their program together, and then after that, it's like, yo, y'all really got to start doing shit with the Wyatt Six as a whole, and not just keeping them like off to the side all the time. Because I'm tired of seeing people like, when are they gonna do stuff? It's like, bro, just give them fucking time. Okay, please.
And it goes back to that, like, once we get that third out, because both shows are supposed to be 3 hours once they are both on Netflix. I mean, once we get that third hour back, that's prime time for your new mid-card women champions, your mid-card champions as they are, because you've already making time for them already, and the tag team people. That extra hour will help you make time for those people, like, what do you call it? Alternating through the weeks. You'll make plenty of time for them to get stuff going.
No.
Yep. Great fucking week in wrestling. And just when I thought it was over, just when I fucking thought it was done, get home Saturday, ready to watch UFC 310. Darnell reminds me, it's Deadline on Saturday. It's Deadline today. NXT Deadline. And it was, I mean, just like I don't think recently I have come back from a NXT PLE and be like, it was mid. It's always a banger. Always good.
Yeah, they usually always have good shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they're having slow weeks, like it's all just good build up for pay-per-views.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The talking about some of the matches, they start off with the men's Iron Survivor, in which I mean, it was so funny. I was sitting, you weren't in there yet, you're still gone at the time. And I
saw the highlights with Ethan Page and Oba being in the fucking penalty box.
So
and
fucking funny.
Terrorizing him in there.
Dude, Ethan Page was comedy gold. He was great. And doing the whole, I'm not getting in the box. I'm not going to get in the box. Ethan, it's the rules. I love, this is like thing. Like, Ethan, it's the rules of what we're doing here. You have to do the thing that we're asking you to do. No. No. And, but yeah, that was great. I'm sitting there talking with Ian. I'm like, I genuinely have no idea who they could get. It could be, and I'm like guessing. I'm like, I really don't fucking know. I hear Obo's music. I'm like, of course. It was so obvious. How did I not see it right? How did I not see this giant man right in front of me the whole entire time? And it was Ian's first time seeing Oba Femi that he can remember. So he was like, I was telling him, I was like, Ian, you're gonna see this guy's fucking ginormous. He goes, God damn, that's a big man. I'm like, watch him in the ring. He does big man shit. He does. You go, what the fuck? He's swatting dudes out of air and shit. Nathan Fraser's running. He's like, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Does a double choke slam, double pin on the ground. I'm like, God.
Oh, that's how he got his 2 points?
That's how he got his 2 recurring points. Double choke slam laid down on top of him. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, wow.
God damn, he's so good. The whole time I was like, I think I was like, my pick's Ethan Page, baby. All ego, here we go. The second Oba came out, Booker T was like, that's my new pick. I was like, me too. That's my new pick right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't see them picking Ethan again. It's like, damn, bro, this is the fucking 4th or 5th match he's done with Trick.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop, please. Get some breathing room in here.
Right. It was a little concerning for me too, but I was like, I mean, you guys do it right, you can do it, but and it's funny because it's been the writing on the walls for months. I've talked about it. We've talked about it. People have talked about it. What's next for Oba? It's either the main roster push or NXT Championship. NXT Championship. Made the most sense. Got to ride this high on NXT for a little bit longer. Give him that NXT Championship. See what he's like holding the main championship on a brand. And then push him. Second match was... Oh, yeah, that was the Lola Vice, Jaida Parker in the NXT Underground match. I've said it multiple times. I fucking hate the Underground match. So dumb. It's the moment...
I just hate that they had Jaida lose.
I also hate that. I hate that. I don't know what was going on with the people around the ring at one point all chanting for Lola Vice. I'm like, what'd you guys do? Get a fucking bunch of babyface? What the fuck is happening? Nobody was chanting for Jaida at any point. Here's a couple things that I've already said about the Underground match, and then some new gripes that I found that are actually bad. It's dumb, and you should know that. It's your fake MMA thing has never once worked in WWE. Maybe once when Brock was fucking up like Kane or somebody, he split somebody open. But like other than that, it has never once worked. It's never been entertaining. It's always been shitty. Not a fan. You do this with Lola Vice. It's like her match. It was Shayna Baszler's match. Now it's Lola Vice's match. It's dumb either way. And it's the most dumb at the end of it when you go, and of course, this match cannot end by pinfall, only by knockout, TKO, or submission. I'm like, right, so knockout or TKO in a fabricated wrestling sport. Please, do not insult my intelligence. Please.
I'll say the only people who do it right is GCW. Okay. And that's mainly because no, not Josh Thompson.
Oh, Josh Barnett.
Yeah, Josh Barnett.
Yes.
He knows he knows the actual shoot wrestling shit.
Yes.
Like that they would do in Japan. So a lot of this shit when he does it, like one of the KOs dude did like a fucking 540 slam down kick on the back of somebody's neck, and that was into the match. And it was just like, that's how you do it.
That's how
not with some weird ass knockout or sub you can get away with, but that's kind of just being lazy a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yep.
So doing shit like that, it's fine, but in their case, the times they've done it, it's never been really good. It's just kind of like, all right, match is over.
and it buries people. It buries the wrestler who loses. It buries them. It makes them look weak in the ring. I'm like, Jaida had a great match. They both had a great match for what that was. And I was telling Ian that too. I was like, the only thing that was saving that match was that they have great heat between each other, and everybody likes Lola and Jaida. So that was the only thing that I had going. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have done it was crazy. You already did the street fight. Jaida got over. It's who should have been over anyway. It didn't have to go any further. If it was going to go any further, it should have been some Hell in the Cell or something. They didn't even they had an Extreme Rules match. That's right. The first ever women's NXT Extreme Rules match. And instead they finish it in Lola Vice's NXT Underground. It was whack as fuck. And I was explaining to Ian, again, stop insulting our intelligence. Oh, Vic goes, here are all the fans coming out. They've signed up and waited in line for this opportunity to wait at ringside. I'm like, no, they are not. Those are, they talked about it before. Those are all backstage people who are wrestlers that are hang around for the shows, enhancement talents, people who are stage hands and shit like that. And they were fucking selected. Yes, that's true. They're not fans. And that it's takes away from the whole thing. You could tell me that they're regular people. You could tell me that they're regular dudes from backstage, wrestlers and all that. And I'd be like, nice. I don't need to know that they're fans because none of them look like a fucking fan. And you're telling me that you had fans catch them? You're telling me you had come on. Stop insulting me. And more to that. So you got these people surrounding the ring. You take the ropes down. It is no longer a natural wrestling environment. And everybody you can see. Besides when they come out, zero pop for anything. Everybody's sitting, arms crossed. I started pointing to the crowd. Look, I said, Ian, look, arms crossed, negative. Arms crossed, negative. Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad because they can't see. They can't see shit. People are standing around the ring. They're slamming on the mat the whole time, so it's annoying in your headphones. You're just like, Jesus Christ, could you stop slamming on the mat the entire match? It's an overall bad experience, and I don't know who's not telling them. I'm not too sure who's in their ear going great numbers on the fucking NXT Underground match. Liars.
Yeah, they probably should. I get it, but at the same time, it's you should probably either stop doing it or get somebody who's good at making those matches to make them better, and actually utilize talent and not just kind of throw in the one person who's has an MMA background versus somebody who clearly doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. I won't go on about
I didn't even know Shayna Baszler. I didn't know her at all. I didn't even know she was in the UFC. And then I just saw a random clip of her versus Amanda Nunes, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh, she actually fought. Like that's not just some bullshit she's doing in WWE while she was with Ronda." I was like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah.
Why is she just not booked good? What the fuck's going on?
I don't know how they've killed her push recently. I mean, just buried it. But and yeah, Shayna was that's actually how I know, because that season of The Ultimate Fighter, which was Ronda versus Miesha Tate. That was the season where Shayna, I think her name was, I feel like her name was Roxanne Modafferi, and then Raquel Pennington. A lot of these women that are like kind of staples for the women's divisions now, who are like old and either retired or just still kind of hanging on, all were in that same season. And yeah, her and Shayna were like fucking besties, and I was like, nice. So that makes sense. Yeah, it's dumb. It made a little bit of sense for Shayna because she was the submission lady. So she wasn't really going to go in there and knock you out for it. I've seen the highlights from Shayna's matches of the NXT Underground. It looked like it did okay. It looked like it did somewhat okay. I could still imagine me being a little upset. But I got to say, it's something about certain people. It's like with Shayna, I was even giving it the benefit of the doubt for the WrestleMania 39 match. The impromptu MMA match between her and Ronda. And I was like, it's got to be somewhat good. I was like, it's got to be somewhat good. Like, nope.
But whatever.
You know, it is what it is. I was more surprised, really genuinely couldn't believe that Axiom retained tag team titles.
They went against New Catch Republic.
Yeah, and
no, that's the wrong people. That's old DIY.
I was like,
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
New Quarter Catch Crew.
Yeah. Fucking damn it. Fix it, WWE. Fix it.
Too many fucking names, man.
They all blend in together. Fuck. That's so funny. New Catch Republic.
Yeah, New Catch Republic. That was Pete and the Big Strong Boy, whatever his name is.
Where is he at? How long is Tyler Bates going to be out on injury? What the fuck?
I'd say depends on whatever his injury was.
Yeah.
Because if it's a knee and what he does, yeah, he needs to be out for a while.
Gotta get back in there so you can do those spinnies. Gotta spin them around. Meanwhile, every wrestler like, I am so glad I don't have to work with Tyler anymore, dude. I'm so sick of getting spun around. I hate it. I would hate that. If I was a wrestler, I'd be like, I don't want to work with Tyler. I don't want to do the spin spot. I hate the spin spot. Yeah, Nathan Frazier and Fraxiom, Naxium, whatever you'd like to call them. They somehow pull off this win. And, I mean, it really did seem like No Quarter Catch Crew was about to fucking... It really did look like it. And honestly, halfway through, I was starting to fucking pull for it strictly because of Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights, as Booker T, as Booker T would say, he's a star, Vic. That kid, I can't wait. He yelling in the ring, I'm bigger than you. You can't do anything. I'm bigger than you, man. And I was like, tell him, Tavion. Tell him.
And what's hilarious is how I found out about Tavion. I didn't even know he was in WWE. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I got wrestling shit filled in there a little bit. And it was him over in New Japan doing matches. And that was the first time I even seen his finisher. I'm like, it's so simple, but he makes it look so good.
Yep.
And then he's just like, all right, guys, it was fun in Japan, heading back to NXT. I was like, what?
Yep.
And then just to see him come out during one of what's his damn name? William Regal's kid.
Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah, it was during one of their matches. He came out, and I think it was against Javon Evans. He dropped his ass. He did his belly to belly, and I was just like, "Oh fuck, he's back!" I'm like, thank God, he's gonna do something. And then it's like he wasn't doing anything for a couple weeks and a couple months, and then finally they had all this shit happen.
Yes, two things about that. One, I was watching when they first had him, he was just on NXT. He wasn't part of it. He was just there kind of doing stuff. And when they sent him away, everybody was like, please don't tell me y'all fucking fired.
Yeah.
and WWE and him, everybody had to come out and be like, no, he's over in New Japan. He's over in Japan just doing stuff. He's getting
part
better.
Of a program thing they had to do.
Right.
And let him go over there for a couple months.
And then the second thing is in this match, in this tag team match, I was so impressed overall, but the man does a belly to belly over the top rope. He throws him over the top rope over his head. And I was like, fucking take note, Ridge Holland. That's how you fucking do it. That's how you do a belly to belly over the head.
I'm not going to lie. I've rewatched it a bunch of times. That blame is 50-50.
Biggie did not turn too good. You're right.
It ain't even the turn. He didn't jump. That was all Ridge picking him up like that. Biggie, either he wasn't ready to jump yet or something. But that blame is 50-50.
Fair enough.
Like, every time I see it and everybody gets pissed at Ridge, I'm like, bro, it wasn't 100% his fault. Let that man live. Because if it was 100% his fault, bro, legitimately would not be there. He wouldn't be in any organization. Yeah. He'd be looking like Del Rio fucking in the gymnasium at a fucking school.
So
that's
bad.
Where he would be at right now. But nah, he's getting a push at NXT.
Yeah. You said it too. It was like a couple episodes ago too. You were like, he has not messed up that spot since. And I'm like, well, yeah. Fair enough.
Again, if it was truly his fault, they wouldn't even be letting him do it anymore. They're like, nah, you got to do something else.
Yeah.
You're done. You can't do that anymore.
For sure.
You fucked a man's career up.
Listen, as long as he keeps coming, as long as he keeps coming out there with that no shirt and jeans combo, I'm all in. No big deal. And also, I like this whole what I do like about his character is the way he took Chase U, the way where he starts to hear something he wants and he goes, actually, I want that. Trick starts talking about his title. He's like, I want that. Fucking Andre Chase starts talking about. He's like, I'll always have everything as long as I have Chase U. I want that. Like, that's good.
Speaking of Chase U, I saw it was a picture of a Jaida and Lola as Chase U girls, like in the back in the crowd.
No shot. That's so funny.
Yeah, like, so it's just like they were the best of friends. What happened?
What happened? Remember when we were wearing Chase U shirts up in those stands, girl? Come on. And you would think the night ends. It doesn't, because there's 2 more matches. Trick Williams, Ridge Holland. Trick Williams gets the dub over Ridge Holland. Honestly, nothing too crazy in the match. Just a pretty solidly booked match between them. Great spots between them both. On the table. Couldn't believe what was going on over there on the table. I thought it was just a funny moment between the both of them. And then Trick just having this moment after he's done. And he looks, he's like, and then he finishes all. He's like, all right, let's get back into the ring. You think he's about to do something crazier, and Vic's going, Booker, what's he gonna do? He just steps off the table, and I'm like, all right, okay.
Hey, better than when Montez stepped on a table, collapsed that motherfucker, and he just looked at it like, oh,
damn,
all right,
son of a bitch. Yeah, shouts out Trick Williams. I don't think there was any time in the match that I was like, oh yeah, Ridge might actually pull this off. I was like, nah, Trick's got this. The one time, and is actually on Trick for anybody who would be watching close enough. The one time where I thought Ridge might win, he does the finisher move, center of the ring, goes to pin him, and I'm like, no fucking shot right now. But the second Ridge goes to pin him, Trick has his hand on Ridge's back like this, and I'm like, oh, he's about to put fuck off me, bitch. I was like, nice. Yeah, happy with that. And yeah, I would not want to see, I'm sure it would be fine, but I would not want to see comparatively a Ridge versus Oba. I would rather see an Oba versus Trick.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into hypotheticals, all that bullshit with if them pulling people up to Raw and SmackDown next year. It's just like, whatever happens, because nothing I can think of really makes all that much sense. So
yeah, that one's going to be, it's going to be kind of whatever situation. Just hopefully they pull up the right people and don't fucking misuse anybody.
Yeah, because the last thing we need is people being called up too early and then we don't see them.
Yeah, last thing we need is a guy who is shining example of what a good wrestler is, get called up, used for nothing, and then fire him. It's the last thing we need. Fucking pieces of shit. Baron Corbin, Dijak.
I mean, Baron's kind of different because he was already on the main roster at one point.
Right.
And then they didn't know what to really do with him, so then they threw him on NXT.
But they fucked Dijak. They fucked him.
I don't know.
I'm on that side.
I heard rumors that bro was the leak, so that's why they actually got rid of him.
Unproven, as Turkey Tom would say.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I don't know. That's like, whatever happens, happens.
Wow, and I, you know what? Earlier in the night, I didn't want to say, I didn't want to jinx it, and I'm glad I didn't. I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, if the men's Iron Survivor match is this good, and is good, the women's Iron Survivor match has got to be crazy. So good. Outdid the men again. First thing I want to call out, Zarya taking the table spot, turning into water as she takes the table, but the table collapsing, and she's like, I'm just gonna go with that. My body's gonna go limp. I'm just gonna fucking melt into this table.
Did good with it, like you said with the selling, but also when she did get powerbombed, like on the way down, she already had her hands on the back of her head to protect the back of her head.
Yeah.
So then, like, she didn't really have to go through too much pain. The body pain obviously is probably shit, but
her back probably cooking right now.
Her head.
Yeah. But everybody in the match, fucking Sol Ruka with a fucking crazy soul snatcher. Ren NXT, Ren Sinclair is just, I mean, she's just great. I don't know what's in her future.
Is my white woman right there.
Dude, she's just it, you know. When she first came around, I literally out of nowhere, like just one day she was just on NXT and I'm like, who's this bitch? And she's just like, hey, I'm part of your team. Dipsy's like, what? She's like, yeah, that's right. Fucking let's go. And I was like, all right, bitch, and okay.
What's hilarious is I seen a video of I think it said like NXT stars AEW runs, and Ren was on AEW at one point, and eventually got on the NXT, and I was just like, oh, so she didn't come out of nowhere, like they just kind of pulled her up out of the dirt, and just like, hey, we got a new person. It's like, oh, she wasn't being used, got let go. Now she's at NXT, having fun, being super energetic. Her facial expressions are absolutely hilarious, especially since she has big eyes.
Yeah.
Her opening her eyes up all big and shit all the time, which she did plenty of fucking times during that match.
Yeah.
Especially with getting, when she got out of the penalty box and saw everyone, like, scattered it about, and she's just like, what's going on, bro?
She's like, I just got out. Am I here? What the fuck is happening? Yeah, that was great. And it felt like there was some spots in the match, you know, for all the credit we're giving the women, it felt like there was some spots that went wrong. I feel like there were some spots that got missed.
Usually when shit starts slowing down a little bit, that's how you know somebody missed something.
Mm-hmm. And it felt like, this is me taking a guess. I have no evidence behind this besides the fact that spots got messed up. It was almost the end of the match and Ren still hadn't gotten a pin. And I'm like, they're not trying to do this to her right now. And I feel like something happened where her pin got taken away. And that's why, like, her and Sol were like, you want to fucking go? Because I know Sol's the one who pinned her to put her in there, which helps them. But I'm like, it felt like kind of like very like rapid fire. Like, let's get Ren a pin and let's get her on the board. But yeah, very surprised to see Julia take the spot. I did not think that she was going to be the one to go again. I thought it for sure was at least going to be Zarya, Stephanie. But yeah, I think that going into the new year, they're doing this they're like teasing to like, with them going to Netflix, there's even bigger changes for us. We're trying to, and it's like, okay, so you don't want Roxanne anymore, which is fine because I don't want Roxanne, but you're going to do Julia.
She's going to the main roster.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like, and it makes sense because Julia did get here first from all these bitches. She did get here first. So she was probably promised. And the programs that'll go on between her and Stephanie following are going to be so good. L cameraman, you missed half the shots for Stephanie. L, what are you doing, guy? You have a lot of jobs, but you have one job in particular. When she puts the bitch's head in between her knees and rolls them around, you focus on the ass, and then she goes bam, bam, bam. Like, what are you doing? And if you're a good cameraman, you go up, but you go boom, but you do that. L cameraman. It's a gay guy there. Like, he was like, I'm just interested in the women wrestling. Look at these bitches. I'm like, no. Well, yes, but also no.
Yeah, I feel like now, thinking about it now, NXT is definitely more women focused than men because they don't ever actually have anybody like, well, at least this last time, they didn't really have a lot of people to like kind of fill in shoes when they had people get called up.
Yeah.
But now they got you got Ridge, you still have over there, you got the Don, you got Ethan Page, asking to split so that they can Sean Spears is on some real weird shit. He's on some real weird shit. But you got him, and then with the women, just everybody they brought in, including the people who are already in house, like that are gonna do fine. Like it's actually it looks good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think again, I hate to be on her D about it, but I mean, it was already kind of heading that way. Everybody like notes the Julia signing for this, and I'm like, the day I saw fucking Ren Sinclair get her first big push was the day I started really noticing all these, like, how many women they were actually starting to get in there. I was like, dude, whatever the move is that she does, where like it's a sit down move where the woman will be sitting down and she like runs behind them and does like a face plant on them, but then gets right back up and does like a fucking flying crossbody onto them while they're sitting down. I'm like, I love it. It's simple, but it's just like quick. It's fast. It's effort. It's her character. It's good. And ever since she started doing all that, it was like, because I think they noticed too, like you said, Ren was she's not nothing, but she was nothing in that moment. Just an AEW drop down that they let go, somebody they had in NXT, and they showed like, hey, you show up and show out. This is what you get. You get what Ren got.
You have fun.
You have fun. Don't have too much fun, because then you end up like Ariana Grace, and you end up over in TNA with her dad.
Damn.
So how did you have too much fun?
Is that who was like that princess kind of character?
Yeah.
I was wondering where the fuck she went, like where she went. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's like fired from WWE. I think she's just over on TNA doing some stuff with Santino.
Yeah, because I like that character. It's just like she's that person who is just like she's saying don't do this, but then she's just gonna do it herself.
Yeah.
And fuck everybody up and be like, well, I had to. What did you want me to do? Jeez.
I'm sorry. Jeez. Yeah, I wonder how long, like the longevity of that character, like how long and how far you could take it, like with winning titles or anything like that. But it is a very fun, good character that I do miss. I don't know. I thought about her like a week or so ago, where I was like, oh yeah, we're having that lady who would just be like, no, ladies, this is not how we act, and I'd be like, God damn it, Ariana Grace. I don't know. I guess I'm just too focused on Adonis. I guess I'm just too focused on him. Him and his best friend. Oh, what a long one, but it's expected. With it was a lot of. I mean, we hit the main focal points genuinely. We've skipped over things and hit the main focal point story points. Still took us over an hour. It's good shit. Good time in wrestling.
Yeah, nothing.
All right, perfect, guys. Thank you for watching this episode. We appreciate it. I didn't say it at the beginning, but like, follow, subscribe. Check the show notes down below for the timestamps. I don't know if you're here, you're not doing that, but I appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. Share it out to your wrestling friends and family, and we'll see you guys next week on Growing Up Kayfabe. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.
See you.